So we are officially 1 month away from getting the greatest totally not a scam game in the world, and surprisingly enough, there has been absolutely not a single word on the development of this game or even about the team. Go figure. So earlier this year, there was a game that at one moment was the most wish-listed game on Steam ever, and at the very next moment was delisted from Steam, had its release be pushed back for months on end, and has left players in a very distrusted state due to what little gameplay we've actually received. Of course, I'm talking about The Day Before. If some of you watching this video do not know what I'm talking about, let me give you a quick rundown. And by quick, I mean there's been a lot of controversy that this game has been under. The Day Before is supposed to be one of the most ambitious zombie survival games ever, with its key focus being that you can practically do whatever you would like, whether that involves building stuff or destroying stuff or other things as well, all while you're in a massively multiplayer setting. It's kinda like if DayZ was released in the current day and not in the ever so stuck beta phase. The game was and still is hopefully being developed by the small indie team known as Fantastic, a Singapore-based development team who hasn't really had many releases behind their name apart from Wild 8, Radiant 1, and their most recent release Prop Night. These games had very little positive traction, mostly because after a few months each game was released, Fantastic decided to never touch or even acknowledge the games ever again, and this is a pattern that's going to be seen pretty soon again within The Day Before. Now, the publisher behind The Day Before and all other Fantastic releases is their parent company called Mytona Games, a company that has mostly gained their audience and revenue through those annoyingly stupid puzzle or match 3 mobile games. You all know what I'm talking about. In late 2021 though, Mytona and Fantastic announced the development of The Day Before, set to be released in June of 2022, and everybody, and I mean everybody, was hyped about this. So hyped, in fact, that soon enough, this game would easily be the top #1 most wishlisted game on Steam. However, this is where the hype and hopefulness of the game peaked. In early 2022, the game would be pushed back for another year to be released on March 1st of 2023 due to them switching towards the newly released Unreal 5 engine. And with that excuse, people were more or less fine with it. Of course, it is annoying to have a game so highly anticipated like The Day Before be pushed back another year, but it is a new engine. Obviously, Fantastic just want the best for The Day Before, so once it does get released, fans would play it for years to come, right? Over the rest of 2022 and onto 2023, Fantastic would release very questionable videos showing off what the game could do. These would either be skits, showing off a lakeside fire for some reason. Hell man, if you were worried about how the burgers from McReynolds would look like, well, they made a video just for you. Obviously, showing off absolutely nothing for 30 seconds to a minute on end would make nobody excited or optimistic that this is in fact legit. Aside from those very questionable videos, trailers by IGN at the time showcased very little gameplay as well, with most of the runtime being filled with the player walking around with some occasional combat, which is another pattern that will be repeated here shortly. And all while this is happening, in January of 2023, the game would be pushed back for yet another time to November 10th of 2023, which is still currently the release date for The Day Before by the time I'm making this video. Things were looking horrible for Fantastic as more questions than answers were forming, but it got even worse in the following month. In February of 2023, GameSpot released a gameplay review of The Day Before where, just like the announcement trailer, they showcased absolutely no gameplay other than the character walking and the occasional combat. About 9 minutes out of the entire 10-minute review had the player just walking around in the most bare-boned environment that you could ever imagine. This still isn't the worst part though, as once the outrage over the review came out, fans were very quick to realize that certain assets, parts of any pre-existing trailer, and concept art were allegedly copied from other massive games like Call of Duty and Tom Clancy's The Division, which of course sparked even more outrage. By this time, Steam had enough as well and delisted their game from their page, as even they believed that this was a hoax, which is insane to think about. I don't know if Steam has done this to such a largely known game before. And the cherry on top for this entire controversy was that Fantastic's main response to the criticism, apart from them releasing a video saying that they do make the game and you gotta believe them, was the reason for the delay, and the lack of transparency for the day before's development was due to a trademark dispute that Mytona had against a doomsday clock app by a Chinese development team called the Day Before Incorporated. My god, you could not make this up even if you wanted to. And that whole controversy with the trademark dispute is kind of shady all by itself, as apparently co-founders Edward and Eisen contradicted themselves for the reasoning behind the second delay in an interview, as at first they were saying it was because of the dispute, but then they go on to say how it was because of the game not being ready for release. Now, all of that was a catch-up, and that's surprising to think of. I tried so hard to dumb down all of those controversies in just a couple minutes, and hell, I didn't even go into talking about their other controversies like their staff maybe being filled with volunteers. But it's important that you all at least know about this or get a little refresher for what's happened, because as of now, almost 10 months since the controversy, there has been absolutely nothing resolved. I would say that there's even more uncertainty whether or not this game is going to be a legit thing, and that's because Mytona and Fantastic they just vanished. If you were to take a look at Fantastic's YouTube page, you can see that their latest upload regarding the day before was 4 months ago, with their only other release after their whole controversy being 6 months ago. And if you were to take a look at both videos, they're not good. The 6-month-old video showcases, I guess, you, the player, sitting in a hot tub, and then nope, that's it. 1 whole minute of a player sitting in a hot tub chilling out with some other players 5 feet apart because they're not gay. Pleasant hot water in the sauna and refreshing warm steam floating in the air contribute to recuperation, increased endurance, and complete relaxation of the body and the soul. Wow. That's so nice and soothing, but where are the zombies in the zombie survival game? You would think when you're making a zombie survival game, you want to show the zombies and not a spa. And that's not the end of it, as looking at their most recent video, it showcases, you guessed it, fuck all. In this 34-second video, you get to see, actually, you know what? Let's just play the clip for you all to see. Let's see what you're able to get out of this 30-second, whatever the fuck you want to call this video.
Get ready for November 10th.
So let me ask you guys this. Were there any zombies in this video? Were there any key features that you gained out of this that excites you when it's fully released? Are you ready for the best survival experience of this year? You better fucking hope so, because the day before is right up your alley if you're looking for a game that has no actual gameplay behind it. My god, this is embarrassing for Fantastic. If I was a higher up there, I would probably try to get as much gameplay footage out there to the public after the months-long controversy about how everybody was calling my game a scam for not showing any definite gameplay. If I was a higher up there, I would try to market the game to at least salvage the few fans that are still hopeful for this release. God, if I was a higher up for this game, you know what, I would just resign. This game is just too far gone. But Scrakes, this was just Fantastic's YouTube page. Maybe their website offers any updates behind the development of the game. No, they don't. If you were to take a look at their very bare-bone website, you get to see no blogs, no update section, or anything like that, which is fairly concerning to me if a gaming company does not have that. But clicking on the Learn More under Fantastic's The Day Before section, twice, you see absolutely nothing. This is it. This is their Day Before website. Just a bunch of links to their other social media handles. Not even a trailer is shown in this website. It feels like I'm on a wild goose chase trying to look for a duck. It just makes no sense. It's okay though. Let's just go down the list of their social media handles. Starting off with Discord, you get to join their server where they offer a handful of languages available for you. These include Arabic, Romanian, Chinese. Hey look, you even have Dutch and Dutch. But there seems to be one major language that they're missing. Could you guys guess what it is? It's okay, man, I speak some Spanish. I got a C in my Spanish class in high school, so I got this. Donde está, Sacapunta? Am I right, ladies? Going into the server, there's surprisingly some sort of life within it, but it's mostly fans or people that came in to hate watch, just speculating on whether or not this will be an actual game. One person even said that the developers are under NDA, and that's why they have not announced any development of the game, which is very hard to believe that this is the case since they were very open about the day before up until August, which is way past since they announced that they'll be taking legal action due to the trademark dispute. But if this is the case, when did they sign this NDA? Now, if you were to take a look at their hashtag games news section on their Discord, you can see that the latest thing that they announced was an interview with the journalist site Well Played in June of this year. And during that interview, they kind of just stated everything that I stated, with the fast cars and the spa, as well as some already commonly assumed things like a console adaptation and a focus on PvP. Thank God we got an interview about a player versus player gameplay. I would have never thought that in a survival game, two players would be able to fight one another. That's so crazy to think of. What's weird though is that on Well Played, their most recent article on the game states that Mytona filed a new trademark for the word Day World. Now, I'm not sure if this is a new Mytona mobile game or if this does apply to the Day Before, and I do know that the Day Before is not really a good name for a zombie game, but Day World would make absolutely zero sense if this was the new name for the game. That's just like if you were making a cooking game and you decided to name it Poster Paint. It's just two random words that you put together. But like I said, I don't know if this actually applies to the Day Before, but I just thought this was a pretty interesting fact that you all should know, and this is one of the more recent things that Mytona and Fantastic has actually done. Now, looking at their next advertised social media page, which is Facebook, you can see that their latest post was on August 2nd, where they say, "Get ready for the best survival experience of the year, November 10th. And then they go on to show this. This looks like a car that you would find on Fortnite. Why does the car look like this? And why have we gotten more car features than we have zombie features? What's crazy too is that looking at their Twitter and their Instagram, you can also see that this was their last post as well. August 2nd, get ready for the best survival experience, and the photo of this shitmobile. This is very concerning that no site, no social media place, nor their Discord, and not even their website offers any detail on whether or not this game is going to be released. At this point, I would be less concerned if Fantastic decided to release yet another post saying that they were going to delay the game due to their dispute, or just lack of having any game whatsoever. What's worse though is that if you were to go over to Mytona's website and their social media handles, they have not posted anything since September 13th. What is up, guys? It is I, Post Edit Scrakes here, and surprise, surprise, Mytona has released something, so they are in fact not dead. A couple days ago, I think on like the 11th, Mytona decided to release a couple updates for their amazing, totally not shitty mobile games. You can see on their blog post that they have an update 2.42 for Seeker's Notes, and then they also have an update 2.19 for Cooking Diary. That's so cool. What's even cooler is that the elite hacking group responsible for hacking into multiple governments, as well as the Church of Scientology Anonymous, has been featured in Cooking Diary, so there's that. But even after those updates on those amazing mobile games, there's still the question of what happened to Fantastic and where's the Day Before? I mean, it is cool that Mytona is actually focusing on some other games and they're actually, you know, not dead, but still I am fairly concerned that the Day Before is not really a legit thing, I guess you could say. And I am now leaning towards the fact that there might be an NDA signed between Mytona and the Day Before Incorporated, maybe to settle this lawsuit, who knows though. But what I do know is that you gotta help Jack escape from his loneliness. Yeah, let's go! Cooking Diary Update 2.19, woo! Unfortunately, this is where we stand with the Day Before. No word on the development, no word on their trademark dispute. At this moment, this is all a mystery. Who knows though, maybe this video becomes outdated tomorrow as I release it, and Fantastic releases a statement regarding everything. But the fact of the matter is that this game is supposedly 1 month away from release, and we've gotten nothing for the past 2 months. At this point, would anyone actually care if the Day Before, or Day World, or Day whatever actually releases? That's the biggest question. Actually, no, the biggest question is if this game is real or not. But what do you all think about this soon-to-be, maybe soon-not-to-be released game? Leave it down in the comments below. But other than that, I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you guys like this video, maybe hit that like button, maybe subscribe, maybe give me your kidney, who knows. But I will see you all later. Bye for now.